What's up, you guys? It's your host, Galadon. Yes, Master 2 crossed over 5,200. Watch for that awesome draft chest at the end of the season. I don't know if I can get to the next tier, but I have to admit to you guys, I did this while I was traveling all that time coming back from Finland. I was there just a couple of days ago for the anti-bullying thing with the Diana Award with Molt and Nick and Pat and Ash and Cam. It was an amazing time. Those guys are awesome. Always love to hang out with them. And it was for a really good cause as well. So that was super cool. And I couldn't resist. I was so close that I wanted to keep playing. So instead of live attacks, we will have a live attack at the end of this episode. I'll go ahead and try to push a little bit further. But right now we're looking at the two battles that got me to this trophy level, finally cracking 5,200 for the first time ever. Every season I've pushed a little bit further, and just finally, I noticed a lot of people have pushed a lot harder, obviously, because of these new draft chests. Everybody pushing themselves. Anybody is pushing, okay, anybody who's near 4,000 is pushing past 4,000 to try to get one of those chests, or even higher. I feel like right now, where I am is probably as high as I'm going to be able to get as far as ranks this season. We'll see if I can't push past 55 next season. Now, I wanted to share with you guys my deck. This is the deck that I used pretty much exclusively the entire time, and I realize some people are not fans of the old bait meta that's out right now. This deck, though, kind of has a little twist. Most people not using arrows. I much rather bring arrows than log, and it seems to work out really well, especially in situations like this. Now, I did talk to Cam and Molt and Nick and Pat and Ash, and on the dirtiness of decks scale, this is pretty low. I'm not playing Siege, I'm not playing Elite Barbs, I'm not playing Royal G. So those right there, those three are kind of the big hate cards, the hate styles right now. So the fact that I'm simply not using any of that right there kind of makes this deck sort of acceptable. Although, hey, any deck you lose to is going to be annoying. I admit that. And this rocket, not the most efficient because he had already gotten one elixir back out of that pump. So maybe not the best trade right there. Now that was a defensive Hog Rider, keeping the Mega Minion off the tower. Kind of worked out, although the Hog, had he not been damaged by the Mega Minion, maybe gets this tower down instead of leaving a stinking 33 hit points there. But once again, this deck has been my undoing, this Lava Hound deck. Now, I almost always end up rocketing the balloon. It's just the way I end up dealing with a stinking balloon. And right here, that means the Hound is going to get to the tower, throw it in the Skarmy. In the meantime, yes, we did get his tower out of the way, and the Skarmy does not work as well, as that was pretty much a wasted skeleton army. You can see the idea there was normally to distract the lava pups from the tower. It wasn't needed because I had the arrows. All right, time counts down, and we grab the W right here. Unusual to get a win over this Lava Hound deck. It's one of the harder decks that I find to counter with this deck, although there's so many others. That really seems to be the one that gives me the most problems. So we'll pop into another battle, and again, you've got a guy with an air deck. So it's just the way the meta's working out as far as how many people are using what decks. And for me, it's starting to be one of those things where I'm just getting more and more proficient with this deck. Will I be able to continue to use this deck long term? I would like to, because if you look at guys in my clan like Apex, he's used the same deck for months. And he's at level 12, although his cards are all maxed out that he uses in his deck. It's a matter of practice makes perfect. There again, I used the rocket on the balloon. Yes, I know, not efficient, but it seems to work out in the long term. Now, this guy's using something that's actually not that far off from Apex's deck. It's the Golem and Balloon deck with the Elixir Collector in there. Once again, can't get to the Elixir Collector, so I'm throwing in the Goblin Barrel to damage it instead. And funny thing is, this looks a lot like the last battle because I kind of did the same thing. I didn't have the rocket up and I had to use the Goblin Barrel to try to damage the Elixir Collector. And once again, didn't work out really well as he easily counters it with the Skarmy. This guy does have arrows himself, which is going to be my undoing because the Goblin Gang and, of course, the Skeleton Army I'm counting on heavily. Now, luckily, we get the Hog Rider in one more time, and the Hog's going to get a couple more shots on that tower. And he's already within rocket arrow range. So we know the rocket and the arrows will do more damage than that. So we're pretty much in the free and clear at this point, as long as we can hold off the golem with my Inferno towers. And of course, we're going to be using the rocket on defense repeatedly. So you see he's got the Dark Prince ready. He also has, of course, the Rage spell. In comes his skeleton army, my Goblin gang. Arrows all over the place, but the end result is the Inferno Tower is going to burn that golem down. And burn it down it does. In comes the Rage spell. That works out pretty well for the remaining units. The rocket, luckily the shield was already off the Dark Prince. That's something I was very cognizant of. I had to make sure that the shield dropped off the Dark Prince every time before I threw the rocket. This time the Goblin Barrel and the Hog Rider in to take out the tower to give me the 1-0 lead, or can they? There it is. Alright, so the Hog and the Goblin Barrel get the job done. And that's pretty much because I wanted to be able to save the rocket for that balloon, because that's working out really well for me. Once again, right here, he's going to bring the Rage spell in. I'm going to bring the rocket, and we grab the Mega Minion and the balloon that time. Rage completely wasted. Time is counting down. He tries another desperation push right here. Easily stopped by the skeleton army, which is also going to slow things down for the Mega Minion. That not exactly an efficient Rage spell. With 15 seconds left, we know we've got this one in hand, and yes, that means we are going to cross 5,200 for the very first time. Such a relief to get there. Back and forth seesaw battles as I'm really pretty much close to my trophy peak right now. So there it is, crossing 5,200 and getting up to Masters 2 for the very first time. But we're not done here. We're going to move on and do a live battle and see if we can't push just a little bit further up the trophy ranks. So what is left but for us to push our luck and to try one more time to keep pushing past 5234 with this deck. So I gotta tell you, again, deck working out great for me. Oh my gosh. Boss Hog. I've played this guy before. Pretty sure he's up towards the top every season, which means this is going to be a long shot, but we'll give it a try. So generally Hog Rider or Goblin Barrel right off the start. Look for the big counter. Okay, so the Inferno Tower, not the ideal card for me to be facing right here. Now, of course, it did give me a 1 elixir advantage, but really ideally, this strategy is to give me a big grab right off the start, meaning I'm going to grab a few hundred hit points either with the Goblin Barrel or the Hog Rider. Now, so he's going to go his own Hog Rider here, and we're going to come at the Inferno Tower. And the Ice Spirit's going to freeze the Inferno Tower. The Fireball is going to be, I don't know, was that an attempt at maybe a Psychic Fireball? I'm not sure. He's probably going to log this. Watch him log and get double value here, because that's generally what happens to me. Okay, no, we got a little bit. A little bit. That's a pretty steep counter. He used the Ice Spirit and the Ice Golem, and gives me the well played, even though he's technically still ahead in hit points. Okay, so ideally, I'd love to be able to get that rocket in off the tower. Now I'm going to have to rocket the Hog Rider, but that should work out okay. Yes, it does. Wait, how did the rocket not one-shot that Hog Rider? Is that right? Holy cow. Okay, and Princess is going to get in there. What's that? Oh, Electro Wizard. He should get a shot or two off. And then we'll drop the Goblin Gang right on his head. That should be okay. That should still be okay. That should still be okay. And then we're going to go... Oh, no. What was I thinking? That was a bad thought. That was a bad thought. That was a waste. Okay, so that is going to hurt me. Now, let's see what... There's his log. There's his log. A little bit late. Oh, 2 spears. 2 spears. Get in. Come on, Inferno Tower. Be ready. There we go. Okay, 2 spears off that Spear Goblin. Oh, I feel like arrowing this guy down. You see what he's doing here, right? You see what he's doing. Okay, let's go like this. There we go. This time you're not going to be able to stun my Inferno Tower completely until... Yes! There we go! Go get in there! Come on! No, that's not it. Okay, now again, we know he's got that Inferno Tower up and ready to go. Come on! Spears! Spears! Okay, hold on off the Princess. Oh, no, there goes the Princess. Rocket one more time. Here we go. Rocket gets in there. Stop that Electro Wizard. Good job. We're still behind in hit points, but it's close, you guys. It is close. Closer than I would think we would be right now. Once again, the Hog Rider pretty much worthless. You know, he's going to barrel these guys and probably time the barrel better this time. He's going to hog from the left-hand side? He's going to hog me from the left-hand side this time. Going to arrow that Spirit just because I feel like that's going to help a little bit. And, oh, nice, nice. Okay, so now watch this. I need 7 elixir. 7 elixir. We get the hog in behind this group and maybe squeeze him past the Inferno. Right, okay, so never mind. But he did use his log. He did use his log. Run out of the way. Oh, yeah, hold on, hold on. Another Inferno. Oh, 2 Inferno Towers. How many Inferno Towers does one man need? That's right. Come on, let's get in there, guys. No, not the fireball. Perfect psychic fireball. Gets on the Hog Rider. Doesn't look good, you guys. 856 left. And what do you guys think? I almost guarantee you he's got a stinking rocket in his pocket. Okay, please don't miss with a rocket. Please don't miss with a rocket. Get that hog out of the way. There we go. And then we're going to go. He used his log. That tower's about down. Is he going to have another one up in time? That's the question. Will he have another one up in time, or can we get past it? Well, we're going to get past it, but he's going to get shocked. 1778, 1394. Not going to get the job done. And he's going to fireball. Look at that fireball. Nicely done fireball. Get the hog out of the way. 1394. That's just like a simple 2. I'm so nervous. Oh, gosh. She's just going to grind me down. All right, 139. Oh, yes! Yes, I'll take that as a win. Oops, I meant to say good game. I meant to say good game, not good luck. Sorry, Boss Hog. All right, I'm going to take that as a win, you guys. I'm sure Boss Hog way higher than me as far as trophy peak. Let me just pop on over here and see. There's all Boss Hog from Bernie and Bust. Yeah, 5384 is his high, and everybody pushing higher than they've ever been right now. For me, well, 5234, we'll take it. We'll take it and see if we can't push just a little bit higher by the end of the season. Man, that was close. And that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys again for sticking around all the way to the end. True hashtag Galafem members, love you guys. Have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, I'm coming back.